Hi everyone, my name is Kim and I will be your host for this video about the companion course and professional development for the NSPE program this year. First, we'll start out with a little bit about the companion course. You've seen this graphic before. I just want to highlight that there are 8 lessons, each with its own related mission objective, and we have 3 new lessons this year. For those of you who may have been with us in previous years, look for these 3 new lessons. Here are some guiding lights as we developed these materials for you. First and foremost, connection to NASA's resources and their work, particularly the Artemis missions in this case. We also wanted to focus on the next generation science standards, science and engineering practices, because those describe what it is like when students are engaged in doing science and engineering, not just learning about science and engineering. We also employed the 5E learning model, which I'll be talking about a little bit more in just a couple of minutes. Finally, we tried to emphasize relevance and connections to students and their lives. And as always, we tried to have clear materials that are easy to use for a wide variety of educators. We know we can always do better at this. We try to do better each year. Please let us know how we can make these materials work even better for you and your students. Here is a bit about the 5E lesson structure. You can see the 5 verbs that each start with E highlighted here that describe what students do. And please pause this video and take a moment to read the information on your screen before moving on. All right, I'm going to trust that you paused and really did read it. If students do all the work described in the 5E lesson structure, what do teachers do? First of all, they create an environment and opportunity for students to build their own understanding and plan for and provide direct experiences to support ongoing changes in students' thinking. We call this the coaching stance or the guide on the side. If that sounds difficult, it is, but we've written the lessons in a way to support you as you try to support your students in constructing their own understanding. Here is some information about the standards that we align to in creating these materials. First, the next generation science standards, the content standards, but also a particular focus on the science and engineering practices. We also align to the Common Core State Standards in ELA for speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And finally, when appropriate, we have included math and computer science connections, as well as ample opportunities to support students' social emotional learning, especially the teamwork, which is an essential part of this program. Here are 2 icons that you will find in the lesson plans. These are carried over from last year. The first is about local and cultural relevance to help you make these lessons personal to your students. So look for that icon throughout the lessons. And the second one is for grade level adaptation. We know that students in grades 3 through 12 with a wide variety of background knowledge and experiences and reading levels engage with these materials. So look out for this icon to give you some ideas to differentiate for your students. We also have these 3 new icons this year. The first one, Career Connections, is an icon that you will see usually in the extend of the lessons that describes specific careers, specific individuals working in those careers that are related to the work of each lesson. This culminates in lesson 7, where students will envision their possible future role in NASA in a job that they might like. Gather prior knowledge. This is your opportunity to uncover what students already think and know about a topic. That will help you serve as a bridge between what they already think and know and the new learning presented in the lesson. And finally, the curiosity icon highlights opportunities for students to ask genuine questions about the academic content that we're exploring. And you can use those questions to guide inquiry and make this a really student-driven experience. So be alert to those icons in the lesson to help connect your students to the content. This is my opportunity to say the passphrase, which is moon made of cheese. Finally, a little bit about the professional development that you're engaging in right now. If you haven't already, please pay special attention to this diagram, which is earlier in the Canvas, and note that all times are Pacific time. You attend the sessions in order, and the interim work is required for you to access the Zoom links in Canvas. Once you complete that interim or pre-work, those Zoom links will unlock for you. Some tips for success. If you haven't already, please bookmark the Canvas course and save the dates of the live sessions in your own calendar. The Zoom links are in Canvas, as I mentioned before, and active participation is expected in both Canvas and on Zoom. To be specific about what that active participation looks like in Zoom, please join on a computer, not on a phone. It will frustrate you as well as people in breakout rooms with you if you are on a phone and not on a computer. So please don't join from a vehicle, especially one that's moving, especially one that's driving, in order to get the most out of this experience. Come prepared and have your video on when possible, especially in the frequent breakout rooms, so that you can meet other people who are using these materials and engage with them actively. Stay engaged, share your thoughts, and ask questions. If you have questions on not when you're on a live session, when you're in the Canvas, you can use the class question board, which is in Canvas. There are categories. Scroll left and right using the bar at the bottom to see all the categories. And also, please read the FAQ. You can scroll up and down in each category before posting your question to see if we've already answered it. If you don't see your question, click the plus in whatever category your question is about and add your question. We'll be monitoring this class question board and answering the questions as we go. Next steps. All right, please be sure you have reviewed task 2 in the Canvas and the other documents in task 3, the other video, as well as other documents linked there. And then it will be time for a short quiz. Did you absorb the basics about the Artemis 3 companion course and challenge? We'll see you at the quiz.